Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've always been curious about this one, and now that a friend picked one up, we can finally talk about it. His experience, start to finish. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer received their electric bike promptly, but noted that assembly was more involved than anticipated due to the number of parts. The initial impression was positive, though a few quirks quickly became apparent after the first couple of rides. Our reviewer found the full suspension to be overly soft and squishy, cautioning that heavier riders might need to make adjustments. An intermittent squeaking sound also developed, which would come and go. Several design choices were a bit of a head-scratcher for this client. The e-bike includes passenger foot pegs, yet a warning label explicitly advises against carrying a second rider. Furthermore, a low-beam headlight remains on at all times, raising concerns about unnecessary battery drain. While the saddle seat is soft, its texture becomes uncomfortable on longer trips, making frequent breaks a necessity. The battery indicator was also found to be less than ideal, offering only a simple green or red lightning bolt icon rather than a more detailed display of the remaining charge. However, after nearly a month of use, the most significant issue became the battery life, which this user described as deeply disappointing. A ride of just over 8 miles would drain the charge down to only 2 bars, making it essential to keep the charger on hand at all times. This experience made it clear why a dual battery version of this model is offered. The tires also showed premature wear, beginning to bald with consistent use. Ultimately, this client felt unsatisfied, unfavorably comparing this machine to a previous, less powerful e-bike that offered far superior range and battery performance for the value.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer notes that as a first-time electric bike owner, they were initially drawn to this particular model because of its strong online reputation and unique aesthetic. After using it for their daily commute, they have found themselves genuinely loving the experience and even looking forward to the ride home from work. Upon its arrival, our reviewer was pleasantly surprised to find a host of unexpected accessories included, such as a phone holder, a combination lock, and even a small air pump, which was a welcome bonus. There was a small hiccup after the purchase when the specific version ordered turned out to be out of stock. However, the company handled the situation with transparency and proactivity, compensating for the error by sending an additional battery, a gesture that was greatly appreciated. While not considering themselves mechanically inclined, this client found the assembly process manageable, completing it in about 90 minutes without significant trouble. The one notable downside was the vague nature of the provided assembly and operation instructions, likely due to a language barrier. Fortunately, this was easily overcome by referencing helpful videos available online. Once assembled, the electric bicycle performed impressively, reaching speeds that felt more than sufficient for their needs. Ultimately, the reviewer felt compelled to share their experience, something they rarely do, because the combination of proactive customer service and higher than expected product quality made a truly positive impression.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer shared their initial experience with this electric bike, noting it was their very first foray into such a product. They were drawn to its distinctive appearance and the generally positive feedback it had received. After just a week of using it for commuting, they've clearly been impressed, finding themselves actually anticipating the ride home each day. Upon arrival, our reviewer was pleasantly surprised by the array of included accessories. Beyond the main electric bike, they found fold-away foot pegs, a rear rack which they haven't yet installed, a handy phone holder, a combination lock complete with a frame holder, and even an air pump, all unexpected bonuses. There was a minor snag during the purchase regarding the specific color chosen not being in stock. However, the company behind this electric bike was commendably transparent about the issue and proactively sent an additional battery as a goodwill gesture, which deeply impressed this client. Despite not considering themselves particularly adept with tools, our reviewer found assembling this electric bike quite manageable, taking about 90 minutes without encountering any significant problems. After a quick tweak to the display settings, they've comfortably reached a top speed of 29 mph, which they assure is more than adequate for their needs. The only slight drawback this reviewer noted were the rather unclear assembly and operation instructions. This was attributed to a likely language barrier during production. Fortunately, numerous helpful videos were readily available online, quickly guiding them through any confusion and getting them back on track. Ultimately, this reviewer rarely pens detailed feedback, but felt compelled to do so for this electric bike. The combination of proactive, timely customer service and a product quality that truly exceeded expectations stood out. They plan to update their review should any unforeseen issues arise down the line.
And that's it. If this video helped, hit like and subscribe for more. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching.